The little boy won the championship in the long-distance race, but he was not happy at all. What he wants is third place, because the third prize is a pair of shoes, which is the purpose of his participation in the competition. The boy, named Ali, was born in a slum in Iran. His mother was weak and sick, and his father's income was barely enough to live on. Ali and his sister Zara often help their parents do what they can. Early that morning, Ali went to the shoemaker's shop to mend his sister's shoes. The shoes were badly worn, and the old master skillfully sewed them up again. After mending the shoes, Ali bought some naan bread and went to the vegetable shop to buy some potatoes on credit. He put the food and shoes on the shelf outside and went into the shop. While Ali was picking potatoes, a waste collector came. He mistook Ali's shoes on the shelf for waste and took them away. After buying potatoes, Ali found his shoes missing, rummaged around and accidentally knocked over the boss's shelf. When the boss saw it, he was very angry and kicked Ali out. Ali ran home crying all the way and heard the landlord urging his mother to pay the rent as soon as he arrived at the door. He felt guilty, and under Sarah's questioning, Ali told her the truth. Zara cried sadly. How can she go to school tomorrow without shoes? Ali blamed himself. He asked Zara not to tell his mother. He will get the shoes back. Ali came to the vegetable store again to look for it, but the shoes had been taken away, so how could they be found? When he returned home, Ali's father worked while complaining that life was not as good as it should be, and reprimanded Ali for only knowing how to play, not knowing how to help his mother share the household chores, making her more physically strained. Ali is very aggrieved, and dare not tell the truth, because the family cannot afford to pay the rent now. There is no money to buy shoes for his sister. While doing her homework, Zara once again asked Ali what she would do without shoes for school tomorrow. Ali told her to wear slippers to school. Zara was angry, saying she would be scolded by the teacher. Ali came up with an idea to let Zara wear his shoes to school in the morning, and then he would change them back when she was done with school. Because they study in different schools, the school time can be staggered. Although the time is very urgent, it is also the best way at present. The next day, Zara reluctantly puts on her brother's shoes and comes to school. In gym class, ill-fitting shoes made Zara feel inferior, and she stepped back for fear that her classmates would notice her shoes. During the long jump competition, a little girl wearing leather shoes fell down carelessly, and the teacher criticized the students who did not wear sports shoes in class. Zara was the only one in the class who wore sneakers, and the teacher praised her. The bell rang and Zara rushed home. Meanwhile, Ali waited anxiously in the alley for her to arrive. The two quickly replaced their shoes. Ali flew to school. Although both of them were running against the clock, Ali was late. After school, the siblings complained to each other. Ali thought his sister ran too slowly, and Zara thought Ali's shoes were too dirty. The two argued a bit, decided that it is better to clean the shoes first. After all, there is no other way. The next day's school exam, Zara, in order to keep her brother late for school, she finished answering the paper early and ran out of the classroom as fast as she could. On the run, the shoes fell into the gutter because they did not fit. She chased the shoes all the way, but it was always a little bit worse. Until the shoes were stuck in the bridge hole, only then did she stop. Zara had no choice and cried out in anxiety. Fortunately, there was a kind-hearted uncle next to her, helping her to fish out the shoes. Ali was very angry when he saw that his sister was late again and had wet her shoes. But at this time the sister is also very aggrieved, directly to the shoes a throw, said never wants to wear Ali's shoes, but also to tell Dad about this matter. Ali, who was anxious to go to school, could not care so much for a while, so he changed his shoes and ran to school. As a result, Ali was late again and happened to be met by the headmaster. He told Ali that the next time he was late, he would call his parents. When he came to the classroom, the teacher announced the results of the test. Ali once again got a perfect score. The teacher rewarded him with a beautiful ballpoint pen. After school, Ali gave the ballpoint pen to Sarah, and Zara happily told him that she hadn't told her dad about the shoes. The brother and sister's days of changing shoes continued. That day, in the outdoor class at school, Zara accidentally saw a little girl. The shoes she was wearing on her feet were exactly the same pair Zara had lost. Zara was so excited that after school, she followed the little girl all the way to her doorstep and silently wrote down the address of her home. And Ollie was late again because of this. He was caught again by the principal, who told him to go back and bring his parents. Ollie explained that his father had to work and his mother was sick. The principal thought Ollie was lying and threw him out. Fortunately, he met the class teacher to plead for him, so the principal let him go. After school, the angry brother and sister came to the little girl's house, ready to get the shoes back. At this moment, the door suddenly opened and they quickly hid aside. When the two saw that the little girl's father was blind, they both froze. The girl's family was even poorer than theirs, and they all depended on their blind father to sell cigarettes to make a living. The brother and sister who saw this scene were silent, and the conditions of the little girl's family seemed to be even more difficult than theirs. The kind-hearted siblings gave up the idea of getting their shoes back and continued their life of shoe exchange. That day, the father's best friend gave him a set of garden pruning tools. He took advantage of his weekend off and took Ollie to the rich part of town, wanting to find a job as a gardener. Sitting on his bike, Ollie looked at the towering buildings, the speeding cars, the endless highways, all of which felt strange to him. They came to the rich district, and began to ring the doorbell from house to ask. The father was a bit restrained, he always had difficulty in speaking. Then Ollie for his father explained the purpose. Looking at the understanding Ollie, the father smiled happily. The two worked all morning, but did not find an employer. For a moment, both of them were somewhat disheartened. The father sat on the side of the road to rest. Ollie would like to try again. This time, he got a response. The rich man needed a gardener to help with his garden, and father got his first deal. As requested by the rich man, the father helped him take care of everything in the garden. Ollie, on the other hand, played with his grandchildren at the rich man's request. Swings, stuffed animals, soccer balls, etc. These are things that Ollie has never seen or dared to hope for. He spent a fantastic afternoon here, and the rich man surprised his father by giving them a large reward. On the way back, the father was looking forward to the future. With this part-time job, he believes that in the near future, he will be able to trade in his motorcycle, buy a dresser and iron for his wife, and the whole family will be able to move to a big house. Just as the two were looking forward to the future, his father noticed that the bicycle's brakes had failed. But it was too late. They crashed into a tree and fell hard. The bicycle was broken, the father suffered a head injury, and his newly earned salary became a medical expense. On this day, Zara was in a hurry to go home and change her shoes with Ollie, and dropped her ballpoint pen on the floor when she was running. Just in time to be seen by the little girl, and when she picked up the pen, Zara had disappeared. Ollie hurried back to school after changing his shoes with his sister. He saw the gym teacher announcing a long-distance running race for interested students to sign up with him. Ollie looked down at the shoes under his feet and finally gave up on the idea of signing up. The next day, the girl returned the pen she found to Sarah, and although she too liked the pen, she did not take it for herself. Zara found the little girl wearing new shoes and asked her where her old shoes had gone. The little girl said that was thrown away by her mother. Zara was very anxious and asked her why she was throwing it away. The little girl told Zara that the shoes were worn out. Zara looked down at the girl's new shoes and didn't say anything. Shortly after, the teacher posted the list of participants and prizes for the long-distance race. Ollie pushed his way through the crowd and saw the prize on the notice. The third runner-up could get a brand new pair of sneakers. Ollie was moved. As long as he got the third place, he could put on new shoes for his sister. So Ollie found the physical education teacher and showed his intention to participate in the competition. The teacher said that the registration was closed and he could only wait for the next semester's competition. Ollie begged and told the teacher that he would win and get the first place. Looking at the poor Ollie in front of him, the teacher was a little soft-hearted. He arranged a test to ensure that Ollie was eligible for the competition. As Ollie ran and changed shoes with his sister every day, his physical strength and speed were much faster than ordinary people, and finally passed the test smoothly. After school, Ollie ran home excitedly and told his sister the news. Zara has some doubts that he can get the third place. Ollie promised that he would try to do it. On the day of the competition, the children gathered by the lake. The referee introduced the rules to the children. The race was 5 kilometers long and ended on the other side of the lake. With the sound of a gun, the children ran out in a swarm. There were many children in the competition, and Ollie was soon drowned in the crowd. In the middle of the race, Ollie caught up, and he ran as hard as he could, surpassing one opponent after another. But without systematic training, he soon lost his strength and fell behind. At this time, his sister's figure appeared in his mind, and his promise to his sister turned into Ollie's driving force. He ran all the way, leaving all his opponents behind. When he ran to the first place, he deliberately slowed down his pace to keep himself in the third place. At this time, the fourth deliberately tripped Ollie to the ground. Ollie quickly climbed up, without a trace of hesitation. At the moment he had only one belief in his heart, that is, he must let his sister wear new shoes. When he was about to break through the finish line, several children were mixed together, and Ollie had no way to judge his ranking. He crossed the finish line as hard as he could, but instead of third, he was first. The headmaster and the physical education teacher were very happy to see Ollie win the championship. They took turns to take pictures with him. But Ollie's eyes were full of tears. Although he won the championship, the prize was not the shoes. After the game, Ollie returned home. Zara looked at her brother's loss and soon understood everything. Self-reproached Ollie came to the pool and took off his worn sneakers, revealing his feet full of blisters. He put his feet in the pool and sat quietly on the edge. Then a school of small fish swam over and around his feet, as if to congratulate him, as if to comfort him. Ollie did not know that his father had bought him and Sarah a new pair of shoes each and was on his way home at the moment. The title of this film is Children of Heaven, a work directed by the famous Iranian director Majid Majidi. The film was released in Iran in 1997, and the whole film is a slow-paced presentation without too much plot. Nevertheless, it is still so touching. In this film, no matter the protagonist or the supporting role, they never give up their inner beauty because of the bad life. Even though Ollie's father was full of complaints about life, he never thought of taking anything from others. Even though the little girl's family was destitute, after picking up Sarah's ballpoint pen, she never thought of taking it for herself. They all stick to their hearts in the days of poverty. The same is true of Ollie and Zara in the film. Their world is always so simple and beautiful. Losing a pair of shoes will become a big thing. Being praised by the teacher once can forget all the troubles. Obviously their own life is also very difficult, but when they meet a little girl who is more difficult than themselves, they are still willing to adult beauty. They are easily satisfied, and they can do their best for the goal in their hearts and never give up. If you like it, I suggest you watch the full version of the movie and relive the purity of your youth. Here is movie review. See you next time.